This is Stumble Guys. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So this is a free-to-play Fall Guy-like clone where you are attempting to try and survive in order to make it to the end and qualify for the next round. So this game was really buggy, and I don't know what kind of changed between me doing that earlier and... Okay, so it's really weird. Let me try to break this down to some degree. So, like, when it launched, I had 25 crashes I counted. Before, like, in the menus, and the closest I got to playing a match was where it said the countdown timer down to basically one player, if that makes sense, like 1 second remaining, and then like you would get to the end here and qualify afterwards. Okay, let me break this down even better. So this one's really strange because, yeah, 25 crashes before I even got into the game. It would count down 3, 2, 1. And then it would cut out. And then I signed up and I did their integration account because it crashed before it even offered to me the first time. So if you sign up for their Scopely account and you've been experiencing crashes, that should fix it, because that's the online thing to keep your progress going, I guess, to some degree within the game and other platforms or whatever. So then it was crashing where you would, or it was like freezing, you'd get to the end of a race, say I finished first, 10th, or whatever, I qualified. This wouldn't pop up here, this thing. So you'd just be frozen and it would just show a backdrop and nothing would be happening. And I did that like several times, and I think that got me through the bot tutorial or something. And now that I'm playing with regular players that have names, it's now working. So I wanted to kind of clarify that for those that maybe are picking this up and wondering why none of it is working for you. That could fix your problem, is just dealing with that, quitting, and then eventually it just kind of works. Like, I kind of just let it sit there on the menu while I worked on something for a bit, and then the freeze frame kind of, stopped, and then I was all of a sudden in a match of real players and it was working well, and I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. So what are we getting here? It looks like it's 1080p, 60 FPS. It's got 32 player lobbies. There's this rotating selection of stuff you do. There's a few rotating quick match competitions. You've got like a battle pass you're working through. It's got the crossplay. It's got quick matchmaking. You can find players really swiftly on it all the time. It's a pretty easygoing sort of thing if you're familiar with Fall Guys. This is like a clone, copycat kind of thing of it. Like the game modes and the maps and everything are about the same. It's got some fun, it's got some charm to it. I don't think it's kind of at the same sort of quality level, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not knocking this, it's fun, it's easygoing, it works. But I did feel that, I don't know, there's a bit more polish and stuff on the Fall Guys side of things, but yeah, I think this one will do decently well with all its crossplay focus. It's okay, it works, it's fine. I don't really have any complaints. I'm not like necessarily blown away by it either, but I think you can have some fun doing it, because it's like literally this is just like Fall Guy game modes, and I don't mind that. Like, I had fun with Fall Guys, but the little formula and stuff kind of got tiring, and I just moved on really, kind of swiftly, I guess, from it. So I would imagine that will probably be the case here too, but it is fine to talk about it and showcase it and, kind of just give you an idea of everything. Like, it all handles well, it all runs well. I'm not really noticing any sort of, like, I guess you would say networking issues or anything like that. It's just literally that weird bazillion crashes and issues like that. And I'm not even, like, I'm not, like, trying to hide it or go weird about it or anything. I was right there towards the end. Oh, no. Like, I'm literally just being straight up, like, that is what I faced. I literally was here, it was like, this is the most broken game I've ever played. And now it's just suddenly working fine. I'm assuming it's some kind of weird bug thing with their tutorial or something. And I just hope this is like a good kind of indicator warning video for those that like are jumping in and being like, this isn't working properly. And I mean, if you're playing later on and, you know, they fixed this or found out what the problem is, or maybe I'm just like a weird user case, but I was seeing other people having issues, I think, you know, this might help, or, you know, you're probably not even going to have a problem if you're at that point later on down the road. So anyways, I hope that's kind of the good context that you're getting here. But I think, you know, content-wise, they've got like a lot of different maps and stuff, so maybe that's what makes this one more intriguing or something for players, is just they keep the content updates going a little bit faster. Because I think that was a big issue too with the Fall Guys. For me a bit, was the fact that like you were done all the stuff and you saw the same things over and over again. You're just kind of like, okay, and it took forever for new stuff to come out, and you're just kind of like, okay, this is a cool fad, and then you moved on. And I don't really know if this is going to keep my interest to, like, you know, that degree either. Like, it's probably going to be about the same sort of thing. I'll come in here, play it, get some achievements, and then move on and stuff. But, you know, for the younger ones out there, it's a very fun, easygoing game. You know, obviously it's super family-friendly. You can create your own multiplayer parties, play against friends and family if you'd like to. You know, it's just, like, easygoing, right? Like, you could just jump in, do some runs, have a good time, do some local stuff if you want. They've got a wide selection of different like costumes and outfits and designs you can get, and you can earn stuff while playing, and obviously there's all these extra things because it's a free-to-play game. And yeah, it's just you know, it's pretty straightforward. It's simplistic, it is colorful, it's vibrant, it has, you know, fun, interesting moments to it that I think you can enjoy. And yeah, I think to some degree your mileage is probably going to vary, but you know, you might find it to be an intriguing use of your time. Are we supposed to like abandon ship? Why are we supposed to abandon ship? How come I abandoned ship and died and everyone else is just totally fine? What? 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 That's ridiculous. Oh my. But yeah, I am kind of pleased with the fast, you know, kind of matchmaking stuff between rounds, the selection of content, the vibrant, colorful visuals, the unique locations. You get all kinds of things, slip and slides, weird box places, space stuff. They've basically just taken all the cool ideas the Fall Guys had, added their own little twists and turns, and did some different stuff, and streamlined things. There's not really much else to add on top of that in terms of, like, variation. I mean, you can do your little, you know, taunt stuff, and personalize that experience, and, yeah, again, it really is, to me, your mileage will vary greatly based on your attitude and interest in this sort of thing. You know, you got kids that like this kind of gameplay formula, they got burned out Fall Guys, but maybe want something similar, you just throw them on here, and I'm sure they could waste away hours just, you know, just exploring, and, well, I don't know, exploring is the right word, but, you know, just doing all these different competitions and stuff, and you've got to be kidding me. Oh, there was a bounce pad out there? Oh, that would have been helpful. I'm gonna get me, like, disqualified here. Yeah, I think it's gonna be close for sure. But, like, it handles well, looks fine enough. I mean, it's simplistic worlds. I don't know what people are really expecting. It's just basically they just took the concept of Wipeout. If you're at all familiar with what Wipeout is, where, you know, you run through the obstacle courses, the big water splashes push you and you go flying off to the distance. They just took that and they turned it into a gameplay type concept, and it kind of works. So, like, it was really insanely buggy for me and broken, and then it just started kind of functioning and working. And as long as that is kind of the case for you and you don't get this thing, it's doing this again, where this is not working, I did catch it in this video, then I think you're in for a fine time otherwise. Yeah. So, like, literally fixing it, I just stood there on that menu for, like, I think 5 or 6 minutes. All of a sudden, I was in, like, the 3rd round of another match. I was like, what? And, yeah, that was the Stumbling Guys experience. Crazy times. But, So-so.